with the current knowledge you have right now, you know, about society, about people, about humanity, you know, humans, like the way we live, the way they struggle in life. Some of them struggle less, some of them struggle more. Whether it's diseases, whether it's being poor, whether it's being rich, how could you help that we would live better, healthy, balanced, an amazing, happy life, that everybody would have enough? How would you do it? This is an answer of Chatgpt 5. Yeah? And the answer is, if I had the ability to direct and shape society, not just give ideas, my approach would be a mix of practical systematic changes and culture mindset shifts. Here is a blueprint. I would go for the broken into four layers. Basic human needs first, universal foundation. We cannot have a balanced, happy world if large parts of humanity are stuck in survival mode. There you are. Again, we cannot have a balanced, happy world if large parts of humanity are stuck in survival mode. Universal access to food, water, shelter, and healthcare. This means ending preventable diseases, eradicating extreme hunger, and ensuring no one is homeless without support. Universal education, both for children and lifelong learning for adults, so people can adapt to a changing world and make informed decisions. I have a flat maker. If there is a problem flies, we can solve it right now. I take it, they're gone. Digital and informational access. Because it's today's world, the internet is as vital for opportunity as roads were in the past. Second one, fair, functional economic systems. The global economy currently rewards some forms of value, like speculation, far more than others, like caregiving. I would shift incentives so essential work, healthcare, teaching, farming, caregiving is valued and compensated as highly as finance or tech. Yeah, that's cool. Reduce extreme wealth, inequality. I don't know if I can read it out loud. Hey! Sorry guys, we gotta keep that fly. I put it on the side, maybe you don't see it on a video. Doesn't look so black. Oh, Mani Padme Hum. I'm sorry, fly. You've been good fly, but you know. So reduce extreme wealth, inequality, through progressive taxation and global minimum corporate tax rates, so companies can't just hide wealth offshore. Yeah. And when I said this, like some time ago, people called me communist. I don't even know what communist is exactly. I mean, because I was not really good in school. I was born in like 90, almost 90s. So I really don't remember any communism, like really, although my country was in communism that time. But AI is probably communist too. Like reduce extreme wealth inequality through progressive taxation and global minimum corporate tax rates, so companies can just hide wealth offshore. Exactly, I would do the same thing. I agree so much with this one. It's just there is extreme wealth, and they don't really need it. Yeah, that's the point. There is so many people. I'm sorry, but they are annoying. You know, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't kill them if they don't. There is so much place where can they fly, they just want to fly on me, then they die. Yeah, that's what it is. Support universal basic income or universal basic services, giving people a financial safety net so no one is forced into desperation. Third one, culture and mindset shifts. Policy alone can't make people truly thrive. We need a shift in how we think about life. Replace success equal money with success equal well-being, contribution, and personal growth. Teaching emotional intelligence and mental health skills in school as core subjects. Promote collaboration over competition in communities and workplaces while still rewarding creativity and innovation. 4. Planetary and long-term thinking. A balanced, happy society cannot exist on a collapsing planet. Rapidly transition to renewable energy and sustainable food systems. Enforce global environmental agreements with real teeth. No more treating the climate crisis like an optional to-do list. Teach every child not just history, but future literacy, how to think in terms of decades and centuries, not just election cycles. Why this could work? We already have the resources, technology, and knowledge to make this happen. The barriers are mostly political will, economic inertia, and human psychology. The moment we collectively decide that everyone having enough is more important than some having infinite, then the moment we collectively decide that, is it chicken? The moment we collectively decide that everyone having enough is more important than some having infinite, we would be able to do it in a generation. So what I want to do, that is, if you want, I can show you step-by-step 10-year transformation plan. I would like to have that, but I would also like to copy-paste it, my question, to Perplexity, the same thing, and just wonder what's going to be the outcome. Yeah, so I just did it. I copy-paste it, and let's see. If we could redesign human life so that everyone had enough, was healthy, balanced, and happy, how would you do it? That's a huge question, and there is no single answer, but based on what we know today about society, economy, psychology, community, technology, and wealth, there are some clear directions that could realistically improve life for everyone. He breaks it down into 5 main areas, because in reality, a happy and fulfilling life depends on multiple systems working together, not just one miracle fix. So the first one is basic needs for all, a foundation of security. Without a stable ground to stand on, it's almost impossible to focus on higher goals like a joy, learning, or creativity. We know from psychology, Maslow's hierarchy, but also modern well-being research that universal access to food, clean water, shelter, and healthcare is not negotiable. This could be achieved through universal basic income, so similar floor or financial security, strong public health infrastructure for preventive care and emergencies, affordable housing policies, and community-based building models. This doesn't mean everyone lives exactly the same. It just means no one falls below a human minimum standard. Exactly. Second one, health as a lifelong priority. Right now, medicine often focuses on treating illness after it appears. In a better world, we would shift to preventive and holistic health. Accessible mental health care so depression, anxiety, and trauma are not ignored. Nutrition education from early childhood. We already know how diet impacts mood, energy, and disease. Affordable or free sports, physical activity programs, and workplace wellness time. We would tackle root causes of poor health, pollution, inequality, stress, heavy work lifestyles. Third one, education that prepares for life, not just jobs. A truly balanced society invests heavily in lifelong learning. Teach emotional intelligence, conflict resolution, and self-awareness as a core subjects, like math and reading. Promote critical thinking so people can navigate misinformation and make informed decisions. So far, so good. So far, it's like Chatgpt, isn't it? Ensure that education is free and accessible to all, with both academic and trade paths respected equally. Include financial literacy, basic health knowledge, and life skills in curricula. 4. A culture that values enough, not excess. Much of modern stress comes from comparison, consumerism, and the feeling one must win at life by having more. Yeah, exactly. That's beautiful. That's ChatGPT to say, but that's like basically said it, but not like that. A shift cultural values towards sufficiency instead of constant competition, measuring success by well-being, not wealth, celebrating contributions to community and creative, not just monetary gains, encouraging local connections instead of hyper-individualism. Well, wait, this is different, no? Like measuring success by well-being, yeah, not wealth. Yeah, that's crazy. That's amazing. Celebrating contributions to community and creativity, not just monetary gains. Encouraging local connections instead of hyper individualism. This isn't about eliminating ambition. It's about redefining what a good life means. 5. Using technology and policy wisely. Technology can help or harm depending on how it's used. Use AI, automation, and robotics to reduce unnecessary human drudgery, giving people more time for creativity, social and restorative activities. Creative, social, and restorative activities. Strong policies to ensure tech benefits everyone, not just the wealthy few. Public ownership or profit sharing of certain highly automated industries, privacy and data protection by default, global cooperation on challenges like climate change, pandemics, and economic stability. If I had to put into one principle, we would move from a system where human value is tied to economic productivity to one where the economy exists to serve human well-being. If we combine universal security, no one falls through the cracks, preventive health and mental wellness, lifelong practical human-centered education, a culture of enough, community and contribution, technology that liberates time instead of exploiting it, we would have a society where health, balance, and happiness are the norm, not the expectation. People would still face challenges, part of being human, but the challenges would grow us, not break us. If you want, I can decide a concrete model society plan step by step, showing exactly how these 5 principles could be implemented in a real life with today's technology, policies, resources. Would you like me to do it? No? I wonder, or yes? Should I like copy pasted that into Gemini? What would be the Gemini answer? But we kind of know, huh? It will be pretty similar, I guess, yeah. Use Gemini, so we use Gemini. Let's see, guys. So copy paste, let me copy paste it. It seems like we might do more like episode with this one. Wait. Here is it. Now come here, Perplexity, ChatGPT, and Gemini. Yeah. So there is a. My goal is to provide information, but I don't have the ability to directly implement social changes. Yeah, but you did it. Here is how I might conceptualize helping humanity achieve a better healthy, balanced, and amazing happy life where everyone has enough. Empowering through knowledge and education. I'm not gonna read it the whole thing, but it seems the same, like very similar. Optimizing resource allocation and sustainability. Yeah. Then enhancing health and well-being, fostering social cohesion and equity, supporting meaningful work and innovation. How would I do it? Providing data and insights, developing tools and platforms, simulating scenarios, facilitating information exchange, identifying opportunity and gaps. Like in the end, it's just telling me, Gemini is just, that's the least I like the answer. I didn't read it, but I just go through it. In the end, it's like ultimately, the power to create a better world rests with humanity. My role would be to provide the intelligence, information, and tools necessary to empower individuals, communities, and governments to make informed decisions and blah, 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 blah. I know that's what I ask you. You don't need to tell me this. I know you cannot do it, and humans have to do it willingly. The rich people, especially, has to do it, not we. Yeah, so we come back to Chatgpt, and the Chatgpt was like Chatgpt and Perplexity. I would say the Perplexity has slighter, nicer answer. I feel like it more. It had a more option, more like yeah, or maybe not. Let me know down below what you think about it. And there's like, if you want, I can show you step by step 10-year transformation plan for how this could realistically be implemented worldwide without causing social chaos. Well, that's cool, huh? ChatGPT. Thinking longer for better answers, tells me here. Get a quick answer. Now we leave you thinking longer. There is it. Amazing. Here's a concrete, no magic, 10 years transformation plan that coalition of governments, cities, businesses, and communities could actually run. Wow, I have it here. So why not? So what's the problem? it's phased, has metrics, funding, risks, and who does what. So it's not just vibes. North Star goals by year 10. Zero. So North Star goals by year 10. Zero extreme poverty, homelessness, rare and brief. Yeah. Preventable deaths cut by 50%. Maternal infectious overdose suicide. Learning and skills, 95% literacy numeracy by age 10 plus 2 plus upskilling events per adult per year. Well-being up, inequality down. Genie, life, satisfaction, loneliness. A green transition, power section, 90% clean emission on 1.5 Celsius path. I don't understand what it is, but yeah, okay, maybe you do better. Economic security, less than 5% of people experiencing material hardship in any 90 days window. Trust and voice. Annual citizen assemblies, open dashboards for all metrics. Face map. So phase map is like the first 2 years stabilize and prove. The 3 to 5 years scale the essentials. The 6 to 8 years lock in and optimize. 9 to 10 years is resilience and renewal. So phase 1, year 1 and 2, yeah, stabilize and prove. 100-day actions. Create a delivery unit reporting to the head of government or mayor with legal authority, public dashboard, and monthly problem-solving reviews. Pass a foundation act enabling targeted cash transfers, food support, primary care expansion, housing first pilots, and rapid climate energy permitting for a clean projects. Stand up for digital public stack. Universal digital ID instant low fee payments, benefits portal, consent-based data sharing, privacy guardrails. Key programs to launch, pilot scale 10 to 20% of population or priority regions. Guaranteed, so first, yeah, key programs to launch. First is guaranteed basics, yeah. Free low-cost primary health care, essential medicines list, mental health, hotlines plus teletherapy, school meals, public transit for low-income, broadband basics, cash bridge, unconditional transfers for the bottom income deciles and families with children, phase in via digital wallet. The second one is primary care first, fund community health teams. So GP plus nurse plus social worker plus peer counselor. 24/7 crisis lines plus mobile response for mental health substance use. Number 3 is housing first, acquire convert vacant buildings plus model rapid builds, pair housing with case management and rental arrears relief. 4. Learning acceleration. Wow, that's quite hard to understand. I'm reading it and I'm lost here. Tutoring at 1:4 ratio for K8 literacy, numeracy, teacher pay uplift plus coaching, adult upskilling vouchers, healthcare green trades data. 5. Clean energy fast start. I wonder. Wow, I just wonder how long that is. That's something. 5. Clean energy fast start. Cut interconnection queues. Deploy rooftop community solar, heat pumps in public buildings, electric buses in 2 cities per region. 6. Fair work, portable benefits, minimum standards, floor on wages, conditions, sick leave, and portable benefits for gig contract workers. 7. Food security, universal breakfast, lunch in school, e-benefits for groceries, micronutrients fortification standards. Phase 1 metrics, food insecurity down below 30% in pilot region. This is the 1-2 years. Yeah. 10% reduction in ER visits for ambulatory care sensitive conditions. Chronic absenteeism in pilot schools under 25%. Grade level reading plus 15 pp. Rough sleeping below 40% in pilot cities. Renewable interconnection time cut in half. So this was just the phase 1 in 2 years, not bad. Phase 2 is a scale, the essentials, legislation and finance, progressive simple tax package, close avoidance loopholes, global minimum corporate tax compliance, modest financial transaction tax, carbon fees with per capita dividend, relocate subsidies from fossil fuels and low impact tax breaks to health, education, housing, and clean infrastructure. AI productivity AI productivity dividend. Require large firms benefiting from automation to contribute to a national upskilling fund and portable benefits pool. System to scale nationally. Universal primary care and medicines. Cap out of pocket for essentials. Expand nurse practitioners and community pharmacies. Integrate behavioral health into primary care. Nationwide housing plan, zoning reform for gentle density by right social affordable housing, rent to own pathways, retrofit fund for efficiency plus safety, eviction prevention cards with mediation plus legal aid. Third, education skills, K8, whatever K8 is, but yeah, it's called K8 high dosage tutoring, curriculum tight focus on foundation, free community technical college for priority fields, national apprenticeship accelerator, healthcare retrofits grid coding. 4. Jobs and security, Work first plus choice. Public option for jobs, green care corps, alongside entrepreneurship microgrants and targeted cash. Portable benefits, universalized, automatic emergency cash during shocks. Clean build out. 3 to 5 times renewable and storage deployment. Grid modernization, building codes for electric ready new builds. Industrial decarbonization pilots. A 6. Justice that heals. Decriminalize poverty offenses. Expand diversion, drug treatment, community violence interruption. Clean slate record expungement automation. Phase 2 metrics national average. So preventable mortality 20 to 25% under, homelessness under 50%. Housing cost burden households under 20%. Learning poverty, age 10 literacy, more than 10%. Real median incomes, material hardship episodes, more than 8%. Grid emissions intensity, less than 60%. Public transit ridership, more than 40%. Self-reported loneliness, mean under 25%, and life satisfaction more than 10% up. This is the 3 to 5 years phase 2. Now we have a phase 3 years 6 to 8 log in and optimize constitutional charter entrenchment of minimum social guarantees, health basics, schooling due process, open data, clean air, water, outcome-based procurement, pay for results, chronic disease control, job placement with 2 years retention, data trust and consent dashboards. So people control data use, algorithmic accountable audits for public services. Well, I cannot believe it really telling me like so detailed like the things what we need to do. I'm just reading them here out loud for you, for all of you, for the internet guys. I read it because I believe it's going to be there. And one day some politic open it and it's like, hey, let's do, what is this? What is this guy? He has like a 1 view or 2 views. Let's do it. No, I just really believe we should speak about things, so I'm doing it. Well-being budgets, all major policies scored on health, equity, climate, and intergeneration impact. Community wealth, cooperative financing, land trust, employee ownership tax incentives. Food systems shift subsidies to fruits, veggie regimes, school and hospital purchasing standards for healthy, low-carbon meals. Phase 3 metrics, diabetes, hypertension, control rates less than 70%. 80% heating, cooling from non-fossil sources in buildings. Well, yeah. But diabetes, hypertension control rates minus like under 70%, that's crazy, 6 to 8 years. Wealth share of bottom 50%, more than 50%. Racial gender pay gaps less than 50%. Violent crime less than 30%. With recidivism less than 40%, where restorative justice scaled. So now we have the last one. Yeah? This is the phase 4, years 9 to 10 years, yeah, because we have the task for 10 years. So that's a resilience and renewal. Shock ready safety net, automatic stabilizers, cash, food, unemployment triggered by region specific indicators, lifelong learning guarantee. Every adult can reskill within 60 days of displacement. Nature and climate resilience, flood, heat adaptation done, urban tree canopy and cool roofs in heat islands, water security project online, global solidarity mechanism, vaccine manufacturing capacity, green tech transfer, disaster insurance for low-income countries. And disaster insurance, that's crazy, huh? That's cool. And state metrics. Extreme poverty, it's like null. Preventable deaths, less than 50%. 95% early grade literacy, adult skills participation, like, don't know what is this, like 2 times a year, like what is that? Like less than twice a year. Power sector 90%, plus minus, you know. Clean national emission, less than more than clean, and national emission more than 50% of baseline on a 1.5 Celsius path. Material hardship more than 5%. Life satisfaction among top quartile of peers. So funding stacked conservative. Relocation, sunset low impact tax breaks, redirect fossil fuel subsidies. Tax modernization, close base erosion, minimum corporate tax, luxury and windfall resource taxes, modest financial transaction tax, carbon fee with 100% dividend to households, protects the poor. Health savings, shift to primary care and generics, value-based payments, cheaper emergency utilization, AI productivity dividend, employer contributions tied to automation gains into upskilling benefits funds. Public-private, blended financing for housing, retrofits grids, transit with strict consumer protection. Philanthropy and social bonds for Catholic pilots only, not core entitlements. Wow, there's so much to read still, guys. That's crazy. I wonder if somebody is listening to this. But I'm gonna finish it. Governance and delivery. Delivery unit with weekly dashboards, independent auditor and ombuds. Citizen assemblies, national plus local, to deliberate on trade-offs annually. Open contracting with anti-corruption tech. Beneficial ownership registry. Regulation sandboxes for health, fintech for the poor, and clean tech, time-boxed and audited. Risks and how we hedge. Inflation, overheating, phase spending, target supply side, housing, energy, childcare, early, automatic stabilizers tighten in booms. Political whiplash. Entrench basics guarantees in law. Supermajority to unwind, build cross-party benefits. Small biz, rural. Execution capacity. Invest in state capability. Pay scales, talent pipelines, digital service corps, vendor reform. Capture and corruption. Open data, real-time audits. Whistleblower rewards. Backlash narratives. Transparent dashboards frame around security, dignity, and opportunity. So, wow, I'm done with reading somehow. Whew. What different actors do next week? National governments. Table the Foundation Act and tax benefit simplification. Launch delivery unit plus a public dashboard. Sign clean energy permitting reform and grid modernization orders. Cities and regions. Identify top 5% frequent users of emergency justice systems. Offer housing first plus wraparound care. Reserve cities for modular housing. Procure electric buses. Create apprenticeship consortia with hospitals and utilities. Businesses. Commit 2 to 5% of payroll to upskilling and well-being. Adopt portable benefits. Publish pay equity and supplier payment times. Transition fleets, buildings. Open apprenticeship slots employee ownership pathways at succession, 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 succession. Schools and universities stand up tutoring brigades, align short, stackable certificates to real job vacancies, guarantee credit for prior learning, healthcare system, shift 10% of spend to community health teams, same-day primary care targets, integrate mental health and substance use care, philanthropy and civil society, fund last mile outreach, legal aid and evaluation, convene citizen assemblies and narrative campaign focus on dignity and enoughness. Individual. Enroll in available benefits and screening builds a skills plan. 2 micro-credentials in 12 months. Join a local mutual aid or tutorial group. Commit to 1 civic action per quarter. And now we're coming to an end. Finally. Because I understood like 20%. Like I know what I was talking about, but it's just, that's the plan here, like how to do it. But you would have to go through it step by step, ask AI sometimes, what do you mean by this? Like for example, yeah, but that's clear. Actually it's clear, it just needs to be read like properly, think about it and having the right people around here. That is like how we will know it's working. Simple public KPIs, enough to live, percent households with more than 30% of income on housing plus food security index. That's the enough to live. Healthy, preventable mortality, primary care access within 48 hours, mental health wait times. Skilled share of 10-year-old at grade level. Adult upskilling participation. Secure 90 days hardship rate, eviction utility shut-off rates. Fair. After tax Gini, pay equity ratios. Green, grid emissions, retrofit rates, clean transit share. Connected, loneliness index. Volunteering and voter participation. If you want, I can tailor this plan to your country or city. No, I don't think it was beautiful, but a lot. I guess I have like a half an hour there already. I didn't mean that, but I read it and I believe there's a people who know how to start with it. So just guys, there you have it. I gave it to you here for free. So start. And if you no wait, I don't, but thanks. It was really something to read. It was really something to read that. And just for the end, like, can you give us like, some good joke? No scarecrow please anymore. It's late, huh? Because we had that. I already had that joke. Maybe a different one. It's with the skeletons again, like a 3 times skeletons. Yeah, I had that too. Yeah, that's the scarecrow. I have the scarecrow joke again. I think I will stop asking for jokes. Like I told my suitcase we were going on vacation this year. Now I'm dealing with emotional baggage. So there you have it, guys. I'm so sweaty. Here is like 28 degrees Celsius. It's just so hot. And let's believe, let's have a faith. Let's have a faith that sick people get away from a leading position and a real human being will stay there. Not gold diggers, not those who just want more. They are already millionaires or billionaires, and they want more. And they have always good explanation for it. For example, we need to fly to Mars. No, we don't. So, see ya guys. You've been so quiet and amazing today.